Luke Gazdic checking in. Hey, Luke, how are you?
Big buckaroo. I like that. Good, man. What's going on with you guys? I'm
just not much. Nothing to talk about.
My Xavier Worthy anytime touchdown here.
Hey, let's go. Got in on that. It's just too good a value. I mean, it's gonna pop off.
You're crushing it, man. I gotta tell you guys too. I love coming on here. It's one of my favorite things to do. But when I do, it's usually around dinner time, and I just walk around the kitchen before and after, just going, click, click, click. You must click, 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 click. Like hours.
That's amazing that song is even in your head. Yeah.
Click, click, click. Let's do click.
We're sorry it gets stuck in your head.
That's all good. I love it. I love
it. I never thought that would catch on like that. Okay. I have some audio from you from September 26th. Here's something you said.
Let's go. I know a bit. I don't know a ton. I'll be honest with you there. It's pretty clear to see what he's like. You guys know this. He's not going anywhere. I say that openly. I don't say I don't think he's going anywhere. He's not going anywhere.
That was you. Pretty good, Luke.
Yeah. It's, it's for now. I don't want to say for now, but like, it's never like, it was never even a thought crossing my mind that, I mean, I live in Toronto here too. So you have to know that this stuff is like, when I'm turning on the radio, this is the kind of stuff they're talking about is McDavid coming back here. But there's two things I've always stayed true on in this whole negotiation. And one was that it was going to be in Edmonton. And the other one was that if he didn't do it before the season, it wasn't going to get done at all during the year. So this is the one that I'm happy it's done with, and they can go forward now. I'm wondering how you guys are feeling. Like, are you guys fired up? Like,
well, I'll say how I felt, and that leads me into what I want to ask you about. I'm shocked at the dollar value because, we knew 18 certainly would have been in play. I thought, okay, if it's going to be a little less, maybe he goes 15. The lowest I would have thought was maybe he looks, you know what, my best friend, fellow great player makes 14. Let's just do this together on the ice and off the ice with similar contracts. And then he didn't even get a raise, Luke. He hasn't had a raise for 8 years.
You know what? It's much, much lower than I ever even anticipated. Like, I think I've been pretty honest with you guys this whole time. Like, I don't profess to be an inner circle, like, knowledge knower, but it came in way lower than I ever even could have imagined. It tells me a couple things. Like, one is that all along you've heard like Stan in his media is like, he was never about the money. It's never like, and I just remember hearing that and I'm like, it's always about the money. Like whether you want to believe that or not, like be all end all is the dollar. And it tells me that he like truly does not. And like we let's conceptualize this. Let's not like $12.5 million is a lot of money. Like this is still a lot of money for playing a hockey game, but it's fascinating to me. Maybe it will come, but I always just thought that, yeah, and maybe it'll come. I thought he would always be the guy that bridges the gap between the other major sports in terms of salary. And whether you look at baseball or basketball, what they're signing, like hockey players always talk about how they want to start being comparable. And here you have the best player on the planet signing for, let's call it 50% under market value. Like I call it what it is. So it's cool, man. Like, I think it's really cool. I'm not going to lie. Like, I thought it was cool when Sid did it. And I know, like, I heard Cass earlier, too. It's not the first time players have done this in the history of their teams. But to see a guy, like, at the top of his game, in the prime of his game, like, understand and acknowledge that this can go a long way and, like, this can help my team. Pretty selfless, man. Like, he's going to get this money one way or another. I really believe that. Maybe on the next contract. This threw my mind in for a loop, because even like I listen to Cass because I love Cass, and like me and Cass fought 7 times in the minors, by the way. I think like he might be onto something with like Freed was on the air today and he was saying he was here and it's the cap's 107 next year, possibly up to like $120 in 2 or 3. Like, yeah, could Connor come back and sign an absolute heater max contract after this? Yeah, but like, they win this year, then what then? Like, I don't know. I think a lot of people had a different ideas and of where they thought this was going to go. And it's just, I don't know. I think it's pretty damn cool, man. Here's a kid who's, recognizing that a little more can go a long way.
All right. So I'll ask you what I asked Cass. And again, you sort of were getting to it, but we talked about, I don't know if you and I did specifically, but a discussion was, okay, what's the distraction if he doesn't sign? Does this hang over the team? Are his teammates, are they worried about it? Well, now, they all know he took a discount. Well, what does this do now for the spirit, the esprit de corps, so to speak, in the dressing room?
I hope Jake Walman's taking at least Connor out for dinner tonight, or at least a bunch of those boys, because a couple of those zeros on his contract went right off 97s or around the back end of his. No, it's like I said from day one, like this thing's got to get done before the season. They cannot let this thing hang. Connor would not let it hang over. I just don't think, like, the ultimate king of no distractions. And I honestly, for a minute there, that's where I thought we were going. I thought he was just going to play it out, hope they win this year, and then go from there. That was kind of what my gut was saying. This is why I was kind of thrown off. Like, we're in our production meeting this morning for Sportsnet. It started at 1, right around that time, and I was kind of like game planning for like this. I guess it's not going to happen. So, it's cool stuff, man.
Luke Gazdic from Sportsnet joining us this afternoon. All right, so another storyline here with McDavid going into this season is that he's on a line with Draisaitl. I mean, Knobloch said it right out of the gate. Basically, that's the line, that Frederick's going to be there. This is an ongoing debate in this town, together or apart, or when do you go to them, when do you go away from them? Now, Tom Gazzola disagrees with me, but I wonder if during the exit meetings last year, if either Connor or Leon might have said, it'd be fun to see what Leon and I could do together for an entire season. You don't make a demand. You don't say, I must be on this guy's line. But I think there might be something to this. You know what? Turn us loose. And if after 15 games we're 6-9, okay, fine. But like, what do you think about this decision? Do you think there could have been some gentle nudging by these two players to say, let's do it right out of the gate?
I mean, I've always thought there is. I know it happens here in Toronto too. Well, Matthews does a similar thing, but like, if you're the coach, what do you say to that too? Like, I'm sure that conversation's happened at some point. Knobloch's like, no, I'm good. So I think I really ultimately think it depends on how your other three lines are playing. Like, if it goes like 27 points and then there's like an absolute massive drop off after like 10 games, it's going to be really tough to be able to draw up a lineup every night. And whether you're going 11-7 or not, to be able to be like, yeah, let's keep these two together and just hope they continue to go. That's why I think you're really hoping for some good performances in the top 9, just so they're able to stack at that top heavy. Because like I've said this to you guys before, man, as long as they play together on the same team, this is always how it's going to be. Like, should they be apart together? And I think it's just tough not watching them after a period, 2 periods, 5 games, whatever it is, and be like, man, we can't play these guys together anymore. But they're going to need some depth scoring. And if they can get some depth scoring, get some guys chipping in, man, and let those two guys go to work at the top of the lineup, it's fun to watch.
Luke Gazdic joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. Luke, so obviously he left money on the table. Now, just, you, a former, NHL player, how these conversations can happen. Is Connor McDavid now somewhat in the driver's seat as to who this money can be used to attract and bring in? And if so, where do you think that money's being put? Are they going to try spread it out, or are they trying to get, a top 6 forward, a top pairing D-man? Where do you think this team will use that money?
That's a great question. I think, I don't know this, but I think I'm fairly sure the communication ends between coaches and players like that. Like, I don't think they have a huge hand in management and in terms of like looking at a broad scope across the league and being like, we want to bring this guy in. Like, I truly don't think that's how this group works. I think Stan and Jeff kind of do their own thing when it comes down to like the X's and O's and the game management and who you're playing with on a nightly basis. I think they do have some say. But if I had to go out on a limb, I don't think he's playing GM too much. And that's just kind of what I think, where I lean. I think it's all about the start here, man. Like this lineup, I don't know. To me, it has just a ton of questions in it, especially now. You mentioned Frederick before, like moving him up to that top spot. He better be watching Hyman tape every frickin' night. But there's just so many question marks throughout the lineup that it can go anywhere. Are they going to need more on their back end? Like, is the goaltending tandem going to be good enough? Are they going to have to go down to Ingram at some point? Do they need to score more? Do they need to get tougher? Like, are they going to have to get a couple depth forwards in their bottom six to compete with, if say it's Florida again, who knows? But I don't think Connor's up. Like, I don't think he's up there being like, hey, I like this guy. I think we should bring him in. I think he's all X's and O's, and he's just like, put him in the lineup and let's go from there.
Yeah, and we should point out, and Jay brought up a good point off air. This deal doesn't help this year. What are they at for the cap now?
$834 left.
Right. So that's, I could find a guy who was a Lloyd Border King a few years ago and get him for $843 maybe.
Sorry, $834.
Yeah.
So, okay. Luke, great perspective on the hockey. We got to wrap up here with Blue Jays stuff. Were you at both games on the weekend?
I was.
Yeah.
So I went to game one. Like I said, like I knew I had to be in the building and I wanted to be part of it. So I bought a pair on resale and they won obviously handily. So when I was walking out the door, I went on the resale and I bought the exact same seats for Sunday. So I sat in the exact same seat in the same section with, I might have been wearing the same jersey, same shorts, down to the socks. So it worked. But yeah, I was in deep left field. We were in 244 and Vladdy was he just hit his to the right side of 241 or 242. Sorry. So we were like probably 20 meters from where that ball landed. And it was just like mayhem. It was absolute mayhem. I've never been a part of something like that at a sporting event, to be honest. Like, it was very, very, very cool. Like, I am still kind of shivers right now thinking of the moment. It was very cool. So, unfortunately, I got to get back to the real world here. I'm not able to go down and support the team in New York and go sit in the same seats down there somewhere. But it was a fun weekend. Let's just say that. City was buzzing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, we moved. We were going to have you on Thursday. We moved you up this week because of the news today.
All good.
So, Nielsen Show next week. Back with us in a couple weeks. Love your perspective. So happy that you're back for another season here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Go Blue Jays, and thanks for chatting with us, man.
See you, boys. Thank you.